your daily dose of English fluency.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our cozy little corner of the world. Just take a deep breath with us for a second. Let it out. I'm Sarah, and sitting right here with a warm cup of coffee is Alex. How are you doing today, Alex?
I am doing great, Sarah. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this chat all day. There is something so peaceful about our studio when it's quiet like this. To our master family listening, you clicked this video because you want to learn English. Hopefully, this will make your learning journey easier. We are so happy to have you with us.
You know, Alex, I want to start with a question that might sound a bit strange. To everyone listening, and to you, Alex, have you ever looked at your life and thought about your failures? Not your wins, but the moments where things went completely wrong?
Oh, Sarah, if I made a list of my failures, we would be here until next week. I think everyone has those moments, but usually we try to hide them, don't we? We want to look perfect.
We do. We feel a lot of shame when we fail. But here's the hook for today. If you have never failed at anything, have you really tried anything new?
Wow, that is a heavy thought, Sarah. If you haven't failed, you haven't tried. It makes me think about when I first started learning a second language. I was so afraid of saying the wrong word that I just didn't speak at all.
And that is exactly why we are here today. We want to talk about why failure isn't a bad thing. In fact, failure is a skill. It is something you can get better at.
A skill? That sounds like a paradox, Sarah. Usually a skill is something you do well. How can failing be a skill?
Because it's about how you handle it. In psychology, they talk a lot about the growth mindset.
Growth mindset. I love that term. But let's pause for a second, Sarah. I think that might be a new phrase for some of our listeners. What does it actually mean?
Great point, Alex. A growth mindset is the belief that your basic abilities, like your intelligence or your English skills, can be developed through hard work and dedication. For example, a student with a growth mindset doesn't say, "I'm bad at English." They say, "I haven't mastered this grammar rule yet, but I will keep practicing."
I love that. It's all about the word yet. It gives you permission to be imperfect. But why does failure teach us more than success? When I succeed, I feel great.
Success is wonderful, Alex, but success can make us a little bit lazy. When you succeed, you think, "I already know how to do this." You don't ask questions. But when you fail, your brain goes into detective mode.
Detective mode. I like that image. So my brain starts looking for clues on what went wrong.
Exactly. There's a scientific side to this called neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity. Okay, Sarah, you have to explain this one. It sounds like a very smart word.
It does sound fancy. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Basically, your brain is like a muscle. When you make a mistake and try to fix it, your neurons, those little cells in your brain, start working harder to find a new path. For example, when you struggle to find the right English word and you finally figure it out after a mistake, that connection in your brain becomes much stronger than if someone just gave you the answer.
That is so cool. So every time I fail at a sentence, my brain is actually growing. I should be happy when I make a mistake.
Well, maybe not happy, but you should be thankful because it builds something called resilience.
Resilience. Let's look at that word. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. It's like being a bouncy ball. When you hit the ground, you don't just stay there, you bounce back up. For example, despite failing his first 3 job interviews, his resilience helped him stay positive until he finally got a great position.
And the more you fail, the more resilient you become. It's like training for a marathon. You can't run 26 miles on day 1. You have to fall down, get tired, and keep going. Alex, have you heard of Thomas Edison's light bulb story?
Oh, I have. Didn't he try like 1,000 times?
Actually, he said he found 10,000 ways that didn't work. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work."
That is such a powerful perspective shift, Sarah.
Perspective. Let's explain that one too.
Perspective is a particular way of considering something. It's like your mental point of view. For example, from my perspective, a rainy day is cozy, but from a traveler's perspective, it might be annoying.
Yeah, it's all about how you look at the situation. If my perspective is that failure is a lesson, then I'm never really a loser, I'm just a student.
Exactly. And that leads to something called fear desensitization.
Desensitization? That is a very long word, Sarah.
It is. To be desensitized means to be made less sensitive to something. Usually, we are terrified of failing. It feels like the end of the world. But if you fail 5 times or 10 times, you realize that you are still alive. You are still okay. For example, the first time you give a speech in English, your heart might race. But after doing it 20 times and making mistakes, you become desensitized to the fear. It doesn't scare you anymore.
Oh, I felt that. The first time I ordered food in English, I was sweating. Now, if I say the wrong thing, I just laugh and try again. I don't care as much.
That is a skill, Alex. That is the skill of being brave. It's what we call grit.
Grit. This is a word I hear a lot in self-improvement books. Can you give us a clear definition?
Of course. Grit is courage and resolve. It is the strength of character to keep going even when it's hard. For example, becoming fluent in English takes grit because there will be many days when you feel like you aren't improving, but you keep going anyway.
Passion and perseverance. You know, Sarah, I was reading about something called a failure resume the other day. Some professors at Harvard actually ask their students to write one.
A failure resume? That sounds like the most depressing document ever.
No, it's actually really cool. Instead of writing your successes, you write every time you failed, but next to it, you write what you learned. It shows your vulnerability.
Vulnerability. That is a beautiful word. Vulnerability is the quality of being open to the possibility of being hurt or criticized. It means showing your real, imperfect self. For example, it takes a lot of vulnerability to admit to your boss that you made a mistake on a project.
But when you're vulnerable, people actually trust you more because they see that you're human. They see that you're not trying to hide your failure skill.
Precisely. In places like Silicon Valley, they even have a slogan, fail fast. They want people to make mistakes quickly so they can find the right path faster. It's about analytical thinking.
Analytical. Let's break that down. Analytical means relating to or using analysis or logical reasoning. For example, an analytical approach to learning English would be to look at why you are struggling with listening and then find specific exercises to help.
Yes, failure forces you to be analytical. Success doesn't. If you win, you don't ask why, but if you lose, you have to look at the patterns. You have to find the bug in the system.
This is making me want to go out and fail at something right now. It feels like failure is just a giant school where the lessons are free.
Well, they aren't always free, Alex. Sometimes they cost time or money, but the lesson is always more valuable than the cost. You know, Alex, I think our listeners often feel stuck. They feel like if they can't speak English perfectly, they shouldn't speak at all.
Yeah, I get so many messages from people saying, I'm too embarrassed to talk. They think failure is a sign of weakness.
We need to tell them that failure is a sign of movement. If you aren't failing, you are standing still. If you are making mistakes in English, it means you are actually using the language. You are in the arena.
Exactly. It's like riding a bicycle. You have to fall off a few times to learn how to balance. Nobody just sits on a bike and rides perfectly the first time.
And every time you fall, your bailing skill gets better. You learn how to fall without getting hurt too much. So, Alex, we've talked about a lot of big ideas today. Growth mindsets, grit, resilience. It's quite a lot to take in.
It is, but I think it's so encouraging. It takes the pressure off. I don't have to be the best English speaker. I just have to be the best learner.
That is the perfect way to look at it. Should we review some of the vocabulary for our family before we wrap up?
Definitely. Let's head over to the word tour.
Okay, our first word was growth mindset. Remember, that's the belief that you can grow your abilities through effort.
Then we had neuroplasticity, the brain's amazing ability to change and grow new connections.
Then we had resilience, our bouncy ball word, the ability to recover from hard times. Then we had perspective, your mental point of view.
Don't forget desensitized, becoming less sensitive to fear. And grit, the strength of character to keep going for a long time.
We also talked about vulnerability, the courage to be imperfect. And finally, analytical, using logic and reasoning to solve problems.
What a master list! Honestly, Alex, if our listeners can just embrace one of these words this week, their English journey will feel so much lighter.
I'm going to focus on grit this week. I have some difficult articles to read and I'm not going to give up.
That's the spirit. Master family, thank you for spending this time with us. We know life can be tough. We know learning a language can feel like climbing a mountain. But remember, every time you trip on that mountain, you are learning how to climb.
Yes, you are getting stronger with every step. Truly, we believe in you. You have the grit, you have the resilience.
And if you enjoyed this conversation, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Joining the Mr. English Master family means you are choosing to grow even when it's messy.
Also, if you want to keep improving your mindset, go check out our other videos. We have a great one on the 1% progress rule that fits perfectly with today's topic.
It really does. Now, we have a question for you in the comments. Where are you listening or watching from? Comment below. We love seeing how far our family reaches.
And here's our topic-related question. What is one failure you had in the past that actually taught you something really important? Don't be shy, we want to read your stories.
We really do. Your stories inspire us and other learners too. Take a deep breath.
And go make some mistakes.
Take care of your hearts, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Stay brave. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.